do these childhood experiences then affect relationships later on in life?
I feel like because I already felt negative about myself, I kind of let that continue, and I'll kind of let people treat me how I felt, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought I weren't all that anyway. So when they came in and they said that I weren't all that anyway, I was like, okay, I deserve to be treated. Yeah.
Right.
I had one really good relationship when I was younger, like college. Just after college, I was with him for about 3 years. It was fine, but he cheated on me. But before him, there was like lads that I'd be seeing and they'd cheat on me, or you're good enough, but I don't want to be in a relationship with you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing that happened quite a lot. So I was like, right, I'm not good enough for this person. So it just kind of carried on.
It's that self-doubt, isn't it? Continuing.
Yeah, definitely. It was hard because I feel like I could give everything to someone and I never got it back. I got the words like, "Oh, you're amazing," but then next week it'd be like, "No, I don't like you," or "You're not good enough," and then it would just keep going. Do you know what I mean? But like, I've had quite a lot of like bad relationships, I would say, but it was more mentally, like how can I say abusing? Mentally, like
Mental
abuse.
abuse.
Yeah, I feel like it was more that than physical.
Yeah.
But then I think that's why it just carried on throughout my life. I've never left it. I don't obviously I'm in a really really good healthy relationship now, but I never knew what that was. And I thought all these relationships were healthy, and they really weren't. Like I had so many experiences with men, and they were just like, just I'll take everything off you, and you can keep giving to me, but I won't give you back. Or I'll give you a couple of words, and you get really excited. Oh my god, he's gonna change it. He's gonna be like this with me. No, I'm like no. Like I feel like when I say like my soulmate, I thought I'd met my soulmate when I was younger, and I went through a lot with him in his life. He had a lot of mental health issues, and I feel like I could just relate to him, and I wanted to save him. I was like, oh, I want to make you better and do everything for you. Obviously, I didn't understand everything because I was only young. Like, I was like just probably leaving high school, going into college kind of time. And I thought it was the world with me. I was like, oh my God, this person is like literally my soulmate. I'll be with him forever. And it wasn't pretty. Like, it was, you're beautiful, but you're fat. You could lose a bit of weight, or you could do this, or you could look this way. Do you know what I mean? Or I'd show up for him in events, or there was really bad stuff that happened in his life. I'm not going to go into his life because that's his story. But he took me into these situations and basically left me, and I was like, what do we do now? Like, I went through it with him, so I had that as well to deal with. But then I kept thinking about him and how he felt. Oh my God, I've got to make sure he's all right. And I didn't have to do that. And I had to kind of sort myself out with that. Anyway, we just was always on and off, like arguing or not arguing, getting on, and then we ended up like splitting up. And he texted me one day. He was like, "I've taken an overdose. I don't want to live it. I don't want to live anymore. I'm done with life." And I thought, shit. The first thing I did was just go to his house. I was like, I want to make sure you're okay, because he had children, and I was like, right, he's got children. I need to like think about this and go and help him, even though I shouldn't have or didn't want to, kind of thing. I did, but I didn't, because I knew what was going to come with it. Anyway, he got really aggressive at me. He was like, this is your fault. And I was like, what have I done, like, to you to make you feel like this? But obviously he had a lot of mental health, didn't understand like what he was going through, really. He did have a really traumatic childhood and life and stuff. And but I feel like you are what you attract, aren't you? So I felt, because I obviously weren't feeling great about myself, I was attracting this, and he was attracting the trauma in his life, kind of thing. But yeah, I found him, and he was outside, like like walking up and down. I was like, "Has he actually took tablets then or not?" Because I felt like when you take tablets, you'd like collapse or something. Because I didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
But anyway, no. And then he started being sick.
Right.
And then because I rang the ambulance, they were like, "Try and get him to vomit if he has taken something. Just try." As horrible as that is, like try and get him to vomit. He was vomiting a little bit, and then he ended up falling asleep on the sofa. And he was just laying there, and I thought, this is not good, this. But obviously, ambulance was on the way. Like, I told him what had happened. And people came into his house and were just like, not bothered. Like, that's him for you. Like, that's who he is as a person. It's just for attention. I was like, this is a cry for help and you're not listening.
Yeah.
Like, this person needs help. Like, listen. Anyway, we got into the ambulance and he was just so angry at me. He was like, why have you done this? And just let me go. And you've ruined, I can't see my kids now because of you and all this. But it weren't me. Like, why he couldn't see his kids.
Yeah.
That was his problem, not mine. But I took that on then as, oh my God, what have I done? Like,
yeah.
I just want to try and make everyone happy all the time. And you can't do that. You can't make everyone happy. Anyway, we get to the hospital and I remember ringing my mum and my mum was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, mum, I had to help him. I couldn't just leave him. If anyone texted me, I'd be there. Even if I didn't know you, I'd show up anyway. And she was like, but you know, he doesn't even appreciate you for who you are or what you've done for him. So you need to come home now. And that was the first time I felt like my mum was like, oh my God, is that coming from your mouth, mum? Like, she's never been like that. Like, you know, like dead stern and like,
yeah.
But she could see, everyone in my life, she could see them for who they are.
Yeah.
She's like, not a good person. Take yourself out of the situation. So I literally left then after that. He's in hospital, he got help. And I was like, right, I need to move on now. I was like, I actually need to let this go. But I don't think I ever let go of that relationship. I kind of kept going back and forth with it. And then obviously he moved on, he met someone new. So I was like, right, I need to like, I don't know, I always felt like that was the one for me, do you know what I mean? But that was because of all the trauma. I feel like I kept going back for more trauma. Like, I loved it. Like, I love feeling this way, but then I didn't. I was up and down with him, and I was like,
did you have the urge to help?
Yes, that's all I wanted to do was save him. I wanted to save him, make him a better person, because I could see that he could be a really good person if he really tried.
Yeah.
But he was one of them where he'd love the drama, the girls, the attention. And we went to a funeral together, and it was one of his family members. And we were walking down this alley, and we were meant to be together in a relationship. And he just grabbed this girl that I knew, and he just started kissing her in front of me. And I was like, oh my God. And it broke my heart. I've never, ever been so upset ever. I was like, what is this? So that was like my first time experience like cheating, but like physically seeing it, I was like, what is this?
That is toxic.
It's like, I want my cake, but I want to eat it as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I wanted a bit of everything and everyone, and I was just like, oh my God. But you're meant to be for me. And you said, because he used to like say, oh, you're my soulmate too, and we'll be together forever, and you're the one for me. And it was them words like love bombing. They'd absolutely love bomb you. But then
gift of the gab.
Yeah, they'd be messaging other people, they'd be seeing other people. It'd be like, oh my God, just a lot. But then it ended with him, and we just went years without communicating. But then when I started my healing journey, it was like, you've got to forgive. I was like, I fucking want to forgive anyone.
Yeah.
I don't want to forgive anyone, but I've made peace with it, with myself. But we ended up getting in contact.
Oh, right.
And I remember him speaking to me, and he was like, can we meet up and have a conversation? And I was like, what is this? Like, yeah, we'll have a chat. And all he could say was, I'm so sorry. And I was like, what? Like, I just didn't expect an apology. But that healed me more than I think healed him or anything. I don't think.
I was going to say, did that bring you some comfort?
It brought me peace. I was like, oh my God, you actually see me for who I was and what I was doing for you.
Yeah.
For you to say sorry is like a really big thing, I think, for anyone. Especially, I feel like men, it's hard for a man to say or feel their emotions and feel okay about it. So yeah, when I got my sorry, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like,
and for you in that moment, you've been seen and heard as well.
Yeah. I felt like, oh my God, because he was like, I can see a difference in you. Because I was toxic as well. I'm not saying I was an angel, I was toxic as well. My behaviour wasn't good at all. Like the thing to say or try and get attention kind of thing. But I said sorry as well, and then it was just like really, and now I can see him and have a conversation with him. Like
So
if I see him, are you all right? And they'll do the same with me. You okay? Like, how's Florence? I'll ask about my daughter. Like, yeah, this is weird. How I can sit, because I feel like you hold so much hatred, and you're like, I cannot stand you, and then you keep holding on, and it builds, and you're just so negative and angry about it, and you don't have to be.
Yeah.
I think the most freeing thing is like forgiving them, letting it go. It's even better if you get an apology off him, but if you don't, then just take it as
Let it go.
Let it go. You've said your piece. Even if you can't speak to this person, or if someone's done it in your life, write a letter.
Yeah.
I wrote a letter to my mum.
Letters are powerful.
I wrote a letter to my mum, and I did it with Florence's dad as well, because we had animosity and negative, and we couldn't even co-parent at one point. And I wrote a letter. Well, I texted him. I wrote him a massive text, because I thought if I write a letter and give it him, he'd be like, what are you doing? But my mum, I wrote a letter and left it on her bed.
Yeah.
So she could find it. But it is so freeing. Even if you burn the letter.
Yeah.
As well. If you can't physically get to the person or whatever. I've told my mates, like, when they're going through it, just write a letter and burn it. They're like, look at me like, are you all right? Like, do it. It's so freeing.
No, it is, yeah.
It's just, even just verbally.
Yeah.
Or,
even ripping it up.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to burn it, rip it up. They are powerful things of that letting go.
Yeah, because it's like you've spoke it, haven't you? You spoke it, you feel it, and you let it go. So yeah.
I feel like with you throughout your life, you've neglected a lot of your own feelings to put other people first.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I care about how everyone else feels. Or if someone doesn't like me, I'm better with it now. But if someone didn't like me, why don't you like me?
Yeah.
Why can't we be friends? Like, what have I done to you? Could be anything. Like, just don't even want to acknowledge me. Like, what have I done? Like me. And I'm like, no.
It's that constant seeking approval from people we don't know. Like, why are we doing it? But we're all guilty of it.
Yeah. And then now when people acknowledge me for who I am and what I've done and the work that I've put into myself, they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I love it, well done. And I'm like, oh, like,
yeah.
I'm getting it back slowly. And now I've got my boundaries where I'm like, if someone doesn't like me, then you can just leave.
Yeah.
I don't need your approval. I feel like I've done really well with that, like letting that go, because it is heavy to carry.
Yeah.
Constantly trying to please everyone, like, oh, let me do this.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And then that's when in my relationships, like, going on from that, I did take some stuff from that and was like, right, this behaviour is not okay. I don't agree with this. Don't like that. I've got a really big thing with drugs as well, so I don't like drugs. I'm anti-drug. No offense to anyone that does drugs, but around me, it triggered me highly because these men were on drugs.
Yeah.
And I was around that, seeing it. I've never took drugs in my life, never wanted to. It scares me, the thought of what it can do to you. But they highly did it, so then taking that onto my life, I was like, I don't like it. So if I got with someone, I'd be like, I don't like this. You can do it, just don't do it around me, please, or don't bring it into my life how it's going to affect me.
Yeah.
Obviously everyone does it and stuff like that, but
and that's okay. Like,
that's fine. Like, you do you, but for me, it was like, please don't, like, bring it into my space.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the highs and like what it can do to you and the way they come for you, and I'll just think, Rob, I can't do that. So yeah, going on with my relationships, like, I had a really good one that lasted about 3 years. That was fine. He cheated, but that's like, I feel like I just took negative and like toxic traits, and I kept going on with that. Obviously, Florence's dad, there was a whole big story to that. He was doing drugs behind my back, didn't know a thing. Wow. Obviously, I could see his like highs and lows, but I thought that was him as a person. I thought he was just very angry at life. That's another one I want to fix. I want to fix you now.
Yeah.
I want to make you better, and because I can see that they can be really good people. Like, and I wouldn't get with someone if I didn't think, oh my God,
Yeah.
But I remember meeting Flo's dad, and I thought he'll be in my life forever. Like when I met you, I thought you'll be in my life forever. Like I just get these feelings of people, and I'm like, you'll be in my life.
You know when
there's something like important here. It was mad how I like felt when I met him. Yeah, so I went through that with him, and he was just very high, very low, and very angry at anything. And I'm kind of hoping he don't watch this because I don't want him to think that I'm feel negative about him, because I don't, because we've sat down and we've sorted our stuff out together. But our relationship was very bad, very toxic, scream in my face. No one will want you. You're a mum now, and because obviously I had a child to him, and all you want is attention. And I was like, I'm honestly not like that. But he had to deal with my breakdown as well during that. So it was a lot. Yeah. It was a lot to like deal with. But that's the thing with drugs, like where it triggers me, because I think when I've seen that, I don't want to be around that, because I've seen what it can do to people.
Yeah.
When I told him I was pregnant, I could see that he was on something, and I didn't want to say anything to him. But he was, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but he was really angry that I was keeping the baby. He was like, "You're not keeping this baby." And I was like, "I am," because then I didn't believe in getting rid of a child. I feel like, oh, it's alive, I'm going to keep it. Like, but what I know now, if things were like the same, I'd think about my options. Because I knew it wasn't the right time or right situation. It was COVID as well, like going into COVID. It was like, oh my God, like, am I doing the right thing? Obviously, she saved my life. She's a beautiful little girl. But at the same time, it takes a lot as well, mentally. But that relationship was like probably as bad as that first one, maybe a bit more worse, because I think I had a child as well.
Yeah, throw a child in the mix, different story.
Yeah, but then, yeah, even after, like, relationships after on, until I met the person I'm with now, who's my absolute, like, lifeline now, who I've met this such a healthy relationship. That's why I learned, like, love bombing. Like, when they start seeing you straight away and like, oh, I think I could fall in love with you, I just think, no, red flag.
Yeah.
Or you really, like, I'll buy you loads of things and then it soon disappears, and then they start asking you for money. That was a big one in my life. Like, oh, can you just send me this? Or have you got this? Have you got £10? Or
yeah,
like,
I've done this for you.
Yeah, I've done this for you. Can
you
just do this for me? I was like, have I got mug on my head? But I did it. I still did it. Got out of the way for him and did. Because if some of them drive and I didn't, if I drove, they didn't drove. Like, can you pick me up, or will you take me home and do this? And I'm like, right. Yeah, okay. It's a lot of taking and not giving, and I don't know why I put up with it. I don't know why I ever sat with it and felt like this is okay to be made to feel this way.
Do you think you sat with it because you were searching for that kind of love and for someone to just love you for you, and that acceptance because of like low self-esteem and what had gone on from the bullying and other relationships?
Definitely. I remember having a conversation with my man in a spiritual event, and I was like, why does no one just love me for who I am? Like, why can't I find my soulmate? Like, why can't I find that person that's going to, like, give me what I give them? And he went, because you're not giving it to yourself. He went, you have no self-love at all. And I was like, so taken aback, because he just spoke his truth to me. He was like, you need to hear this, whether you like it or not.
You're hearing it.
But it was dead straight how he said it. And it was like, not aggressive, but it were. Do you know what I mean? It was like, you don't love yourself, so why is anyone else going to love you? Like, you're not giving yourself the self-love. You don't have the confidence. No one's going to come and, like, do it for you. You've got, that's when you need to start putting the work in for yourself, and, like, mentally, like, do it for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, but when I started, I feel like when I started my spiritual journey, I learned so much
about yourself,
about myself, and that how much I just can give, and no one has to give it me back. But that's when you learn your energy takers. So these people are just getting your energy, loving it, feeding off it, and keeping it. And then that's when you feel drained and, like, so low and like, oh, I'm not good enough today. Like, I don't want to do this. But my anxiety has been a massive part of my life, like panic attacks, and I have a fear of germs, like bugs and like sickness bugs. I have that, what's it called, where they can't stand sick and stuff, like it's a fear for it or something. I have that where I can't be around like anyone. If they've been ill, I'll be like, right, stay away from them. Yeah. But it got to a point where, like after Florence, I feel like I had a lot going on. I couldn't leave my house. It like overwhelmed me that much. I was like, I'm not even leaving my house.
For and you or for Florence?
For me.
For you.
Yeah. I didn't mind Florence because she was with me, to be fair. So we were in, but weren't that much out. Then she went to nursery. And I kind of had to deal with it then because she's around it all the time. But it was more me. Like selfishly, it was me. Like I had to like just keep myself in this like box.
Yeah.
And just like obviously do mum mode and do this and whatever. That's when I moved out my mum's and stuff. But I feel like you keep manifesting negative energy and like what people say about you, you keep thinking it's real.
Yeah.
So obviously when like me and Flo's dad was like always on and off. It was a very quick relationship. I've met him, thought, oh, this person's for me. Then like 2 months down the line, I got caught pregnant and I was like, oh no, like what do I do? But me thinking this person's for me, and obviously I wanted a child. I always wanted to be a mum, I knew that. I was like, right, I've got to do it. Do you know what I mean? I've just got to crack on with it. But then that was a lot as well, like taking on that, and then you still think negative things about yourself. So yeah, I can go on a tangent about everything. I feel like I'm going like all here everywhere, but it's all part of the journey that I've been on. But these negative relationships just always brought more and more things that I didn't like about myself, or certain things that I do or I'd say. But yeah, I think I had a couple after that, but then I think Florence's dad was like the one after that. That was really bad for both of us, like mentally. He's really working on himself now. Got to give him that due. He's taking himself to appointments and like working on his mental health, which I'm really proud of him for doing that, because it's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard to admit if you have a problem, addiction or mental health, or you're feeling suicidal. It's hard to actually say like what's going on for you and opening up about that. So I was really grateful, and he sat down with me and we had that conversation. But that relationship was really bad mentally.
With the drugs as well, what version of him are you gonna get?
Yeah, it's eggshells, like walking on eggshells. It was awful. Like we didn't live together, which I'm so glad I didn't live with him. But like when he'd come round, I'd be like, what can I say that isn't going to trigger you?
Yeah.
And I just used to sit in silence most of the time, so I thought I can't say one thing and it would trigger him. I'm like, I can't do it. But then that's when I found my strength then. Then I started seeing myself like, no, you need to be stern, you need to be strong now. And I think because I had a child as well, that kicked me up the arse.
Yeah.
Like, don't put up with this. This is not you. Like, I'm going to be here for you, but I'm going to be there for me as well. And if it's affecting me now, I'm going to take myself out of the situation and my daughter.
Mum's strength's different, isn't it?
It's mad. It is mad. That's why I always say, like, your child comes first. Always comes first. And like, I don't know, I kind of just started not putting up with stuff anymore. It was like, right. So when I had her, I thought, I want what's best for her. I want her to have her dad. I want a healthy relationship. So if you can't have that with me, then I'm going to take her out of the situation. You can have her, you can see her. I was never that parent. And he used to always say that to me, like, you'll stop me seeing her. And I was like, you can have whenever you want to.
Yeah.
Because I grew up with my dad. Like, my mum and dad are still together. Like, that's how I grew up, though. I thought you have to be with your mum and dad.
Yeah, you want that for your child.
Yeah, I grew up like, you've got to make it work. You've got to be with your mum and dad always. And that's when I kept trying and trying with him. I kept trying and trying, and I thought, I can't. So I said stern, and I was like, no. I was like, you need to get help and do you. I'm all for you. Seeing Florence, it's fine. So that's when we started co-parenting, but it wasn't co-parenting, it was arguing.
Yeah.
I'll do this, you'll do that. And then it was I don't feel like he'd mind me saying stuff, like I don't even feel like he'll watch this, but like it was like One time I'm not having her, then the next time it was you're not having her back. So then it started affecting my mental health more because he said that I had postnatal depression, but I feel like I had more than that. I feel like now I have like OCD, anxiety, postnatal depression. I feel like all my emotions after I had her was like crazy. I had a traumatic birth with her. It was just a lot to like process mentally. So then yeah, I just ended up at breaking point there with him, and then that was like obviously another attempt in my life where I just thought like, I'm gonna get in my car, I'm just gonna drive and see what happens. I was doing like 100 on the motorway, thinking if I go now, I'm not bothered. But then part of me was like, your daughter. In the back of my head, all he had was, your daughter, it needs you right now. And obviously he was struggling. So in my head, I was like, if I go, she's gonna have probably no one. She'll have my mum, like, to bring her up, or his mum. His mum and dad are amazing. Hats off to them, they've done loads to me. But yeah, I was in the back of my head, I was like, I can't give up. I've got to keep going. So then that's where I went on autopilot mode for about 3 years then after that. It was like a zombie, like I don't remember any of it.
No.
Because I went on antidepressants when I was dead angry and I kept snapping at everyone and they were like, what's your problem? Like, what's the matter with you? And I was like, nothing is the matter. But obviously everything was the matter. And I was just really, really angry. And I remember my dad once, he was driving and he was like, turned to me, he's like, you all right? And I was like, stop asking me if I'm okay. And he was like, whoa. He's like, I've never seen this side to you, Vicky. I've just asked you if you're all right. Yeah. That was it. It weren't like anything else. And I remember thinking, oh my God, like, what's wrong with me? Like, why have I just shouted at him like that? And then another thing was like when midwives came to check on you, like, you're okay and how's your mental health? Like, fine. And I felt like they didn't fail me, but they didn't say how bad I was struggling.
They didn't question it.
But they wouldn't if you're like, oh, I'm fine.
But fine is that is such a word, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. And I was so, I feel like zombie out. I was like, there were nothing there. I was just, because of everything that had happened, I thought I can't do it. It's like I'm just surviving every day as much as I can. Yeah, and then they were all like, you need to go doctors. And I was like, I'm not going doctors again, like I'm fine. Carried on for a couple of weeks, but then it kept getting worse and worse, so I thought, right, I'll go doctors. And then that's when they offered me therapy, and I tried it, and I was like,
What was it that you didn't like about therapy?
I couldn't speak to it. I don't know if I just didn't gel with the person.
Yeah.
That's a big one, in it, when you can't sit and speak to him.
Yeah.
I felt like she was nonchalant, like she was just like, right. So I was like,
clinical.
Yeah.
And
she was like, right, because I was struggling with like health things. I would call it health anxiety. If my mum took Florence out in the pram, I'd kick off, and she'd be like, what's your problem? The wheels are going to fall off the pram and my baby's going to fall out on the road and get run over. And Mum was like, what? I was like, this is what goes through my head, Mum. And she's like, hey, what? Like, she was like, what the hell? Like, what are you saying? I was like, my head is like, this is what's physically going on in my head. If you take my baby out of the house, something's going to happen to it. And you're not taking her out of the house. And then that's when that therapist was like, right, before you leave the house, I want you to make a list. I went, do you think I've got time to make a list when I'm getting a newborn baby out of the house? Like, I need to remember everything that she needs. Milk, nappy, everything that you get for a baby. Get it in the pram and actually physically get myself out the house. You want me to write a list before I leave?
Yeah, making a list
what's
is the last thing you want to hear at that point.
Yeah, I was like, I really can't do that. But then I just feel like I didn't gel with her.
Yeah, I think that is, if you've not got that kind of, that gel that
like a proper good connection with someone.
Yeah, you're not going to speak. And was you ready to speak?
I don't think I was, no. I think I was so angry at everyone and everything. Yeah. I was like, why has this happened to me but not happened to you? Why have I got to now put my life on hold for everyone else but me? Like, I started to get more selfish, I would say, with myself. I was like, well, I can't do it now. I can't do this, I can't do that. And obviously it was COVID, so you couldn't really leave the house or go and do anything. So I was like, right, I couldn't go back to work. So I was like, right, I'm just going to stay at home. And I was still living with my mum and dad till Florence was about, we're nearly 1. That's when I moved out. So I was in that environment as well. They were coming home with their stuff, and I was just like ready to blow up. I think not really sleeping because she weren't a sleep baby. She's still not a sleep child. She doesn't sleep great. But yeah, I think just everything, all the new emotions of being a mum, and the pressure you get of you have to do this, you have to do that.
You're a warrior, aren't you? Protective mode.
Yeah. And Florence was a really cry baby. She had reflux. I didn't know she was upset, crying all the time. I was like, what is wrong with this baby?
Yeah.
I remember taking to the doctor saying, what is wrong with me? I can't do this. I can't be a mum. Like, there's something wrong. And they were like, it's not you. Like, it's not you. You're all right. She's got reflux, and then try this and try that, and ended up getting her really settled. And then I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That was like a peacemaker. But yeah, I went on antidepressants, but I was on them for 3 years. And I literally felt no emotion.
Just none.
Nothing. I was like, I couldn't cry, and I'm such a crying person. Like, I'll cry at anything. I was just like, nothing. I felt nothing. So I feel like 3 years of my life, or like, I can't remember much.
Yeah.
I feel like I just...
a block.
Yeah. I just got on with life. I just thought this was normal, thought that was normal. Just co-parented as best as I could. Just tried to get on with it. But yeah, and then that's when I went on to my spiritual journey. That's when I like went to an event, and that changed my life.
I think being a parent, especially a new parent, like everyone just sees the lovely pictures, and no one really talks about the stress that the lack of sleep. Like, you look back now and you're like, how did I survive?
Yeah, I
that
didn't function.
Sleep?
So I went in hospital, and I went for a scan, and they kept me in because my blood pressure was a little bit up. I feel like it was just because it was warm and I was stressed, but they kept me in. They tried to induce me. I had like pessaries and stuff like that. It just all failed. Everything was failing. And then I felt like my body's just not going to help me here. So I don't know what to do. So I was just in there, but I was in COVID. So no one could be there. I had to be on my own. No idea what was going to happen. Yeah. People going into labour at the side of me. There was a woman, I remember her walking up and down the ward, and her waters went, and she was like, this baby is hanging out of me. And I was like, what? And she was screaming. And literally her baby's head was hanging out. And I was like,
wow.
Is that going to happen to me? I was like, is my waters going to break and this baby's going to come out like that? Because I couldn't emotion like what was going to happen, because I've never had a child. I don't know what's going to happen. But when they told me we're going to try and like obviously break your waters, I thought that was going to happen. So I started panicking then, like, I'm on my own, mum, like, what's going on? And like 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, these people like popping babies out left, right, and centre. And I'm like, what is going to happen to me? But yeah, anyway, they kept me in. I was in hospital for about 2 weeks, and then I ended up like, it was a couple of days, and I went down to deliver her. Then they forcefully broke my water, which was traumatizing. I feel like when they show one born every minute, they don't show what really happens.
No, I used to watch that all the time before I went into
No, I didn't watch it for there was a reason why I didn't watch it, and someone said to me it's not the real thing. And I was like, what do you mean it's not the real thing? That's how it happens. It's beautiful, like, stunning, it's peaceful, it's calm. She's got a water base. I wanted a water base. I went in the room that I was in, and I was like, what's this?
Yeah.
Just a little bed. Just where the baby goes when it's born, and monitors. And I was like, this is not what I wanted. But right, I've just got to get on with it. She went to me, go and have a shower. I thought, why am I having a shower?
Yeah.
But I went and had a shower. I think she was trying to calm me. Anyway, that's when Florence's dad could come. So he was sat with me, and she was like, yeah, we're going to try and break your waters. She said, but they need to hurry up because I've got a bottle of wine to get home to at home. And I thought, I was like, I'd love to go and have a bottle of wine at home.
Is that what she said?
She was awful. Like, checking her watch like this every like 5 minutes. I went, just go home if you want. I just go. I'll be fine. I'll just sit here. Anyway, I had a hormone drip, which is diabolical if anyone's ever had that. Like, it just gives you fake contractions. Your body feels like it's going into labour. It's not. It's like really painful.
Yeah.
They broke my water forcefully. They blood and guts everywhere, as best as I can say. It was the most awfulest thing. They left me on a bed with my blood and guts everywhere for over 2 hours. They didn't change my bedding, just left me. I couldn't get off the bed because I had a monitor, blood pressure and the monitor to check the baby on.
Yeah.
They told me you can't move. So I was like, so I've just got to sit here. And then they told me I was lying. They went, you're lying, you're not even in any pain. And I was like, I'm in pain. I was like bent over, like, I am in pain. And then she pushed the monitor onto my belly and she went, oh yeah, you are, we can see it now. The monitor's not on properly.
You're lying though.
No.
What the fuck?
It was awful. My mum couldn't be there. I really wanted my mum there. I was like, really want my mum, like crying. And they were like, oh, we'll ring your mum. I said, I don't want to ring my mum. I want to physically hear in the room with me. I said, it's not fair. So just had Sean and Thomas's dad, and he was like panicking as well, but he was really good. Like, he didn't show what he was really thinking, because I could see it in his eyes, because I was feeling that as well. Like, we were terrified. We were like, what is happening here? This is not normal. And then I had to have like blood, like needles put me on and stuff, and he's not good with needles. And I thought, are you all right? Like, trying to make sure he's all right. And he went to the toilet, and I remember thinking, he's sobbing his heart out in there. It's tight. Like, we don't understand what men go through as well when they're sat there, because we're too busy in this, but what they're feeling. But even in that moment, I was like, is he all right? Like, make sure he's all right. She was like, no, we're making sure you're all right. I went, no, go make sure he's all right, because he's got mental health anyway. It's not fair to then put that pressure on him. He's got to now try and do what you're doing, trying to like soothe me. Like, no one's soothing me. So anyway, it was a chaotic moment. Give me the gas and air. Didn't really feel anything with that. And then they tried to put the thingy in my back. What's it called? I forgot the name. Epidural.
Yeah.
Yeah, it failed. They put it in. They went, oh yeah, you won't be able to feel your legs now. I could throw my legs in the air and everything. And Florence's dad was like, what? Like, you're not meant to feel your legs. Your legs are meant to be normal. Like, it's not working. Like, no one believed me. It was if like you're on Lulu Land and no one knows, like, do you know what I mean, what day it is. And I was like, why is no one listening to me? I was like, this is not working. So then after that, I had the needle in your leg that meant to stop pain.
Yeah.
But you have to have anti-sickness with it because it can make you feel sick. But the room, no word of a lie, was spinning that fast. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was like in and out of like I feel like I was fainting coming back. Do you know what I mean? Like, out in and out of consciousness. Didn't know like what was going on. And then this, like, about 5 doctors came in the room, and I thought, what is going on? And they were like, a heart is like drop, like a beat was dropping. So we're going to take you for emergency section. But then they were trying to do other stuff to me. I said, everyone just get off me. I went, get this baby out of me now. Oh, that's all I said. I was dead aggressive to the doctor. She was like, yeah, we are. We're going to take you for an emergency section. She went, take me now then. I was like, because as soon as he heard a heart was like dropping, I thought, no.
Yeah.
It's like, you're putting stress on my baby now. Like, I'm stressed. You're stressing her out. Like, no. I was literally like, no. But now I know I've never let him put me in that situation. So I feel like you know your own body.
Yeah, absolutely. I fully agree.
And I didn't know about childbirth and all this. I didn't know what to expect. I thought this was like obviously normal. But when I hear other people's stories, I'm like, what? Theirs was like daisies. And I'm like, so you didn't do this? And no. Like, oh, I just got on the floor, did a bit of pushing, and the baby was out. I'm like, what? Where was mine? Where was mine? But I feel like now I'd be stern with him and set my boundaries straight away and be like, no, you're not doing that. I wish I was a bit more, but because I didn't know, I thought that was normal, like what they were doing and the way they were speaking to me. Because it was COVID, they were stressed. Oh, we've got no staff. And I was like, yeah, but I'm having a baby.
In COVID time, I think that just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it?
It was absolutely wild. And got my C-section. As soon as I got to the other, you come out of the C-section room and go into a ward thing, bay thing to check you over. And they were like, right, he's got to go now, Florence's dad. I was like, okay, bye. I'm drugged. I don't know what day it is. Like, I'm like still all over the, like, don't know what.
Yeah.
I remember him speaking to his mum on the phone. He went, Sean, she looks really bad. Like, in a really bad way. She looks like she doesn't know what day it is. He went, she doesn't. They've pumped her with like everything. They give me like all different things and whatever. And then they put Florence on me and I was like, what do you want me to do now? And they were like, we're just going to take you back to this other ward now. But Florence's dad's got to leave. So he left. Then I was on this ward with this baby and I was like, what do I do? And then she was crying, but because I'd had a C-section, I was numb. I couldn't move, so the nurse had to come in and change her for me and everything. And then she went, I'll take her and you get some rest. She was the only nurse that was like, you rest now, you've been through it.
Yeah.
I'll take your baby. I said, don't worry, we're on a ward full of babies. I'm not going to steal your baby. I was like, because I was thinking, what are you doing?
Yeah,
that's my child.
Yeah. She's staying with me.
Yeah, I was already dead protective. I was like, no, I don't think it. She's like, no, I'll take her. You honestly get some sleep. And I think in about 2-3 hours nap, come round. Then it was get up. And I was like, oh my God. Start walking, and you start walking straight away. After a C-section, you've got to start walking as soon as your legs come back. And I was like, do you even get up and walk? Or like feeling like my guts were just going to fall out of me. I was like, what is this? But yeah, I did that, and then it was just like, obviously it's not nice having a C-section. I'm not going to pay for it, but I had a nice recovery from a C-section. They kept me in a couple of days, won't let me go home because blood pressure was still like up and down. And then I finally got to go home, and then life began, I think, after that with her. But then 6 weeks after I had her, I started getting really poorly. I couldn't stay awake, severely depressed. I thought, oh no, this is it. I'm bad again. I'm really bad with my mental health again. And my dad had had her one day, all day, like looking after her, and he'd come upstairs and he'd give her me, and he went, it's your child, look after her now. And I get it, because he'd had her all day and he was like stressed or whatever, or had stuff to do. I was like a little bit out of it, and I was like, right, okay. And then I went downstairs and I literally threw up, like, and I was like, what is going on? I said to my brother, like, get the baby, I'm not well. And then I just was obviously violently sick, and then I had back pain. So they got me in like a 111, they like see a doctor thing.
Yeah.
Went and seen a doctor. She was like, you're having back spasms or something. I was like, back pain. I was like, that makes you sick? She was like, it can do. Well, I was like, right, okay. Thought that was a bit weird, but anyway, I just kept getting poorlier and poorlier. And then my mum rang 111 again. She was like, I'm not happy with my daughter. She's not well, and like I was being more sick and couldn't stay awake, couldn't eat. I was having really bad pains. Like I felt like I was having a heart attack at one point. So my mum was like, I'm not happy. So my mum rang, and then she spoke to me and she was like, it's telling me to send you an ambulance because of your symptoms. I was like, don't send me an ambulance. I was just going to go and have a sleep. I'll be fine. They were like, no. She went, you've got a child. I remember the woman on the phone. She's like, you've got a child. You need to think of your child now and go to A&E. We can't get you. It's like a 3-hour wait to get, because it was obviously COVID again, and like ambulances were mad, busy. My dad went, right, get in the car and I'll take you to hospital. So went in hospital, but then again, you go in on your own.
Yeah.
You're not allowed anyone with you. Put your mask on, sit down. They gave me like a sick bucket thing in case I was sick, but I was just sat there, like, like in and out, like sleeping in and out. And then this nurse like ran from the back all the way to the front to me, and he went, like said my name, like Victoria. I was like, what, like thinking what's going on. He went, we found something in your blood, you need to come through right now and sit in this room, but we haven't got this room, so you need to sit on this bench. So I'm sat on this bench thinking, what have they found in my blood? Because it's like, we found this in your blood, and it's quite serious. He went, I'm surprised you're standing up. And I went, what? Like me thinking worst case scenario, they found like the C word. I don't like triggering anyone saying that, but cancer, or they found something, because that's how they found my nana's cancer, I think, in her blood. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm dying. This is it, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Without even wanting to die, really. I was like, just got my baby, I want to enjoy her, but I was like, what is going on? And then it came back. I had pancreatitis, and I had a gallbladder, gallstones.
Gallstones, yeah.
Really common after pregnancy. I didn't know. But the first thing she asked me was, "Have you been drinking a lot?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I've just had a baby." She's like, "Oh, now it makes sense."
Ah, right, okay.
Now you've had a baby, you can get gallstones, gallbladder issues, or whatever. And I thought, what? But when she asked me what I'd been drinking, like, have you been drinking? I was like, no, I've just had a baby. Like, I've not been binge drinking. I felt like, oh my God, she's going to like come for me. She thinks I'm like an alcoholic and I've got a kid. I was like, no. I said, no, I've not been drinking. She said, oh no, you've got this. But my infection was that bad, they had to get me on a drip straight away. And then the doctor came and see me, and she's like, "Have you not noticed that you're yellow?" I was like, "What do you mean I'm yellow?" She's like, "Your eyes are yellow, your skin's like really." I was really yellow. I did not notice at all. I was like, but if I didn't go into hospital when that woman told me to, she said I would have gone. I was at like, I think I was at an acute. So if I went over that, it was like really serious. It can like kill you basically. Yeah. So I was like, oh my god, I'm in the right place. And then they was trying to send me there everywhere, but they didn't. I stayed where I was staying. But then I had to wait. It took me about a week to get my operation because of like cancellations and all that. Nil by mouth for like days. Then or anything. I was just sleeping. I think that then I was at my lowest because I wanted my baby. I couldn't see my baby. I couldn't, because it's not allowed in the hospitals and stuff like that. And I was like, and then she was like, write on this board why you want to go home. Like, we'll get you home as quick as we can and whatever. You know, like you can write on the hospital boards like why you want to get home. Yeah. I was like, because of my baby. She's like, so we'll put a name on there. So they wrote Fleming's on it. I just used to look at it every day like, right, I need to get out of here. But then yeah, I got my surgery. But my recovery after that was awful. Like a really bad trap wind and stuff like that. And I couldn't hold her. So I remember going home and she was with her dad. But when I was in hospital, we was at bad terms, me and her dad, and he was on his computer or whatever, and I was like, I want to see Florence. It was like, no, I'm not going to see her. And I took it as, he's not letting me see my baby. Yeah. Whereas he's like, no, go ring my mum because my mum's got her, kind of thing. But I took it like, oh, he's not letting me see my baby. So I went into like a panic, anxiety mode. Yeah. Then like, this person trying to take my baby away, like I can't even see her anyway. I think this is where anxiety comes in the most. Like, it builds stories that aren't true. Yeah. And you sit with them and you think they're real, like this is really happening to me, and it's not. So yeah, I was like, oh, he won't let me see my baby. So I was already like really, I'm like depressed anyway. I got home and they brought her round to see me. She was still staying with him, but they brought her to see me because I just got home and I couldn't even hold her. And they had to put like pillows underneath my arm and I had to like put her on my arm, and I was like, what is this? So I was like, I want to like physically connect with my baby, but I really couldn't. But I remember giving my mum taking her because she needs a bottle. I said, I'll go make her a bottle. And I got up, walked to the kitchen, and I collapsed on the floor and I just burst into tears. And my dad picked me up and he was like, you are stronger than this. It's like, this is not winning. You need to carry on, keep going, and just know that she loves you. She doesn't understand. Just keep going. I think then that's when my dad realised like how mental health can really affect you. Yeah. Because my dad's always been like stern, like, no, like, just get on with it, you're fine, do you know what I mean? And I think then my dad started to see like how bad it can be for me. But I remember him like picking me up off the floor, like, this is okay, like. But for me, it was always like I should have had someone there to do that for, like a partner properly that can support me. And that's when like the family, like, I need to have that family, do you know what I mean, connection. And it was a lot to go through. Like mentally, just felt like I'm a rubbish mum already. I'm already starting off as on the floor crying. Like, it's not going to get much better. So I think then that's when I kind of like dipped as well, like feeling like, oh, I'll never be good enough for anyone or anything, or even my child. I felt like I need to sort my act out and be like better and find someone. Really, it was always about finding someone for me. But then obviously that's when it really got bad, and it was always a constant battle of like, she's my child, but she's your child as well. But it was like sharing her. Like, I had to share it. Do you know what I mean? Like, co-parenting is like give her to her dad, but I'd struggle with it. I really would. And I was like, get in my car, like, what do I do now? Because I weren't working, because I didn't have to go back to work till she was so many months or whatever. I was like, well, what do we do? Be itching, be waiting for us to come back, or. But if it was like used against me, like, oh, I'm just going to keep her, and I'd be like, oh my God, no. Like the fear factor of someone taking away your child. Yeah. It played a lot as well. Like my mental health, I was like, oh my God, like, no. I think that's when I got worse with like, I wouldn't say I was control freak, but I like things to go as right as they can go. Yeah. And if she says she's going back at this time, she needs to be back at this time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I got a bit more like obsessive with it then. Yeah. So I was a bit like, I didn't really want to share her kind of thing, but
Do you think that's because she's the love that you've always been searching for?
Yeah.
And now you've got this? Because when you were talking before about kind of not being able to feed her when you collapsed in the kitchen and things like that, like I could see like
pain,
the pain in your eyes when you spoke about that.
Yeah, I'm trying my best not to like sob my heart out, but it's the passion of like, this person depends on me, so I need to give her.
Yeah.
I'm like that with everyone I meet. I'll do everything for anyone, but I think when it's your baby, it's a new game, innit? It's like, oh my god, I need to be the best parent ever for this child and like love her and show her what love is, and I'll never ever let her be treated like you're not loved, because you are. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying like her dad was ever awful or didn't want to be that parent, but he had to step up when he didn't want to. Do you know what I mean? And I always took that on as well as guilt. Like, it's my body, right? I can do what I want, but then I'm changing this other person's life, and they're not really ready yet.
Yeah.
But that's when I did give options, like you can walk away, and he said, no, I'll be there. Obviously, it's just harder when I give. I want someone else to do that as well, but not everyone is like that.
You get people who take. Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah, if it's not benefiting them, then it's not good enough. And that's what I struggled with really bad. That's why I was so angry. I was like, well, I've got to do this. You've not got to do that. And then my mum was like, yeah, but wouldn't you want to do that anyway for a bit? Kind of like, well, yeah, I'll do it. But then I feel like she should have other things like factoring into life and stuff. But yeah, it's always been that love for me. Yeah.
And it's trying to control things that are out of your control, which is a massive one for a lot of people.
I was really bad with that.
Yeah.
I'm a lot better now. Like, I can let things happen and be like, right, okay.
Yeah.
But at a point I was like, no way is happening. Like, I was so like aggressive with it though. Sometimes I was like, do you know what I mean? That's when I would like kick up a fuss kind of thing. I didn't want to argue with people, but I did argue with people because I thought that was the right thing to do for Florence. And then I think when I stepped back and I obviously went through my healing journey, it was like, just let it go. Yeah. Is it really that big of a deal if, say, she's got an hour extra, or I'm like, not really. But in my head at the time, I wanted to control everything and know that everything was right. And I don't know, it was just, I think because I had no control over my birth, no control over like after it, when I went into that second operation, I had no control over myself or my life or her, because I couldn't have her.
And that's what it's that introjected value, isn't it? So you all your life you've kind of been out of things have been out of your control. So now this is your time. Like, I want everything my way. This is, and if you control things, no one else can kind of affect that. Yeah, definitely, that's true. Yeah, it was a proper eye opener having a baby. Like, I thought it was this beautiful, easy life madness thing. Yeah. But then when I was in it, I was like, this is a hell of a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. And my mum still to this day is like, you do it on your own as well. Yeah. Like, how? She's like, the stuff that you do every day, Vic, I could never do. Yeah. She's like, you're at home all the time with her. She said, I always had your dad. She said, if I just needed to nip out and do something, your dad would just sit. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. She's like, you're on your own. And you've just got to get on with it. And you've got to, but at the same time, you don't have to be made to feel a certain way either. No. So a big lesson in boundaries was amazing for me as well. Yeah. That's when I set him with Florence's dad, like, you either have her or you don't. I was like, this is it now. I was like, you need a set date, time, and you need to have her on them days, set and times, because my child needs routine. Yeah. And he was like, no, yeah, we get it. So then he has his set days, and do you know what I mean? Like, he has his set days and times, and then it's just a lot better for routine wise. Because as she got older, she started really realising, like, even now, so if anything's out of routine, she'll know. She'll be like, well, I'll go here on this day, and I'm like, not today, or do you know what I mean? Or if things happen, we switch weekends or whatever. She knows. She's at that age now. And I think like that's what I needed to have that relationship, because I had that relationship with my parents. Yeah. But then again, it doesn't always work out. So if it doesn't work out, then there's another plan in there. Yeah, absolutely. There's always a plan B. And I think there's so much pressure on being the perfect parent. I always say there's no such thing as perfect parent. No. I absolutely wing it. Yeah. I always say I'm winging it. I do. There's a new
new lesson every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, even when the babies to now, like Florence is 5 now, and it's hard.
Yeah.
But they teach us so much about yourself.
Absolutely.
Like, the stuff they come out with, and they'll say things when you need it the most as well.
Yeah.
Like, she said it last night. She's like, I love you, Mum. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I love you
Like
too.
they know.
Yeah, they know, don't they?
Yeah.
They'll tell you, like, when
they make you want to cry, and they make you want to cry with laughter.
Yeah. It's just not as easy as what I thought it was going to be. I don't know what I thought. I knew I always wanted to be a mum.
Yeah.
Always wanted to be a mum. Like, throughout my life, I'd be like, oh, can't wait. And I didn't think, for some reason, I thought I couldn't have kids. I could have accidents and mistakes, and I'd be like, oh no. And then obviously nothing came of that. I'm like, oh no, I can't have kids then. Or I don't know why. I just had this like thought in me, like, I'm never going to be a mum. Never. And then obviously I got caught pregnant. And then for me, that was like, right, I need to do this. Because not that abortions are wrong. Like, we all should think about what we're doing. I just, then, because I feel like I grew up with my nana who was very Bible like.
Yeah, so for you
it was very like, you just gotta do it. It's a miracle, it's a life. Yeah. And then I remember telling my mum when I was pregnant, and I've never seen someone so happy in their life, and I was like, Mum, I'm not really with this guy and I'm pregnant, you know that? And she's like, no, it's fine, I'm gonna be a grandma. And I was like,
oh, I love that.
Are you okay? So I was like expecting the whip again, but my mum's not like that. But in your head, you think, oh, this person's going to judge you. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, she's going to kill it.
That's anxiety, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what I mean with the anxiety, the stories in the head. It can make it so big of a story in your head that you think it's so real, it's going to happen,
and then it never happens.
Never is. The stories of Florence, like a health, like the pram.
Yeah.
A wheel's going to fall. How are 4 wheels going to fall off a pram bit when you have to slot them in? I'm like, no, they're going to come off. And the baby's going to fall out. And then there's like, how do you know there's a car going to cut? How do you know I'm not in the park? Yeah. I was like, just a little stories, and like, oh, I still get intrusive thoughts this day, like, this is going to happen, but it's not. Like, it's just so unreal, like, it just really can't happen. Yeah. Like, the sky's going to fall down and then bash me on the head or something. You know what I mean? Like, I could think of the most silliest thing ever. It's not going to happen, but to me, it's so real. And then I'm living in it, and then in my body, and then that's when the panic attacks and anxiety and stuff. I've been really good with panic attacks recently, but I had one not long ago. And I was like, why do I feel like this? But it was because Florence wasn't well, and it triggered me. Yeah. I thought about, because when she gets really bad cough, she can be sick sometimes, so then it triggered me that way, like, she's going to be sick and I need to be awake, because in case she chokes on that sick, I need to make sure she's okay. And that's how it's like,
it's the future.
Yeah.
Anxiety is not the past, it's the future.
Yeah. Yeah, it is that.
And trying to predict what's going to happen and what's not.
Yeah. It is. It's a lot.
So going forward, how do you then kind of break the cycle of like negative relationships, like depression, feeling, to then meeting who you're with now?
Well, I had to go through my whole spiritual journey. When I started my spiritual journey, I got like an awakening, as they say, even week. I feel like you just feel your life for what it was. Yeah. And I could feel everything that I'd been through, and I thought, right, I need to start putting healing in myself now. And but people like, you'll get tested along your journey. So I was like, right, I need to start putting self-love, start doing this. And I stopped drinking. I did like 9 months sober. That was the best thing I ever did. I need to do that again. Yeah. I don't drink like I used to, but I have one now and again. But I can tell the difference when I've had a drink. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel anxiety the next day and stuff. So I was like, right. So I started going on like sound baths, meditation, breath work, really connecting to myself. And it sounds so weird when I say it, but I went to a sound bath and I had a vision. I went into like a meditation state, and I was like, right, I could see this guy. I was like, who's this guy in my house? And he was in my house, and there was a little girl with him. And then there was my daughter. So I seen Florence, but this girl was older than Florence. And then I seen a man. He sat on my sofa in my house, and I was like, who is this man? Like, really confused by it, like, what's going on? And then I was still obviously going through my healing phase and stuff, and I weren't fully healed when I met him. I don't think you're fully healed. You just got to keep going with the lessons that you get. Yeah. And we had this vision, and I went into work and I said, oh, I've had this vision about this guy, and my friend went, you are going on a date, on Saturday. And I went, what? are you about? And she's like, you're going bowling, aren't you, with this guy? And I was like, yeah, but what do you mean? So you're saying this guy's like going to be my future? And she's like, I think so. She's a little bit like open to spirituality.
Yeah.
So, because I thought, right, I can tell her about my vision. She's not going to think I'm weird. Like, people think I'm weird when I say it, but I've seen this guy. So we'd spoke for about 3 months before we met. And then we went bowling. And that weekend that we met, we've literally never been apart since that weekend we met.
Wow.
The guy I'm with now. But he's teaching me health, relationship, everything. At the start, I literally felt like, I can't do this. I can't be with you. And
I was just about to say, because that is so common, as when you go to a healthy relationship from a toxic one, you can't get rid of them toxic behaviours. So they could do the nicest thing for you, and you're like, nope, can't do it.
Oh, you're doing this for a reason. He was like, why? I was like, you probably meeting someone else or something. He was like, no, I'm not like that. But I literally was like, said to my cousin, I don't think I can be with this person. And she was like, why? I was like, because he's healthy.
Yeah.
He's normal, and he actually really likes me.
He's done nothing wrong.
He's done nothing.
Yeah.
He used to like trigger me a little bit when he used to say things, and I used to be like, oh, why is he saying that? Like, is there something wrong with me? But with Grant, he's the most beautifulest human you'll ever meet. He'll do anything for anyone, but he compliments people for like how they. So, oh, she looks really nice today. But to me, in my past, that was, oh, I want a bit of a. Do you know what I mean? And then I'd say it to him, and he'd like, Vicky, no. He's like, I can compliment on how someone looks, Vicky. That's okay. And I was like, yeah, but don't that mean you want to go and get in bed with her? And he's like, no, mate, I'm with you. Like, I'm here with you. And he was literally committed from day one. So he was like, there's no one else.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be us, like, no matter what. Like, he'll do, like, buy me flowers. I'm like, what's that? Like, every time he comes round, he'll have a new bunch of flowers. I'm like, what is that? And my mum's like, I don't get flowers anymore. Like, oh my God. But I remember my mum for years saying, I hope you meet someone, Vic. Like, it's so good to you.
Yeah.
Do anything for you, show you that you can be loved. I was like, I hope so too, Mum. And then I met him, and then it took me a while to tell my mum, because I was a bit scared of. I always get a bit scared of like what people can say, or because you've got kids as well. You're bringing kids into the mix. It's hard. So I was like, right, I've met this guy, and she was like, oh, right, sounds nice. But yeah, it just like fully progressed. But a few times I've been like, I don't think I could do this. And my friends have been like, shut up.
Self-sabotage.
Yeah, self-sabotage. Really bad. I'll message him like, and he's like, calm down. This is not real. That's not happening. Yeah. He'll literally put me in a place, and I'm like, I need that. He's like, you're being silly. And I'm like, I'm not. This is real. He's like, Vicky, that's not real.
Yeah.
Or he'll do things like, he'll literally comes home from like work to my house sometimes, like stays now and again, and he'll start building stuff for me. Like, I'll give him like a list of what I want to do, and he'll go and do it. It won't even like, do you know what I mean? It's just healthy. Wash my pots, empty my bins. I'm like, what is this? Because it was like, I need my tea making when I get home from work. Nothing like that. It'd be like, what do you want for tea? I'll sort it. Or it's such a healthy relationship. I'm like, what is this? I've done more with him than I have with any of my exes. Gone to places, literally away most weekends with him. Like, it's never been like that. Like, none of them made effort with me like that. Oh, I don't have any money, so we can't do that. It wasn't that. They just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
They just was like, no, I don't do that with you. But whereas he's like, right, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to do this? I'll take you here and we'll do that. Like, literally anything.
Consistent.
And I said to him, even if, God forbid, we didn't work out in the future, we could be like really good best friends. Like, we could be friends. I feel like we built it as like best friends. Like,
you built that connection,
and then obviously like
you got a
committed as
solid foundation.
But my mum always says that. She's like, oh, I know you're friends. I'm like, Mum, we're a bit more than friends. But she's like, no, you've got to make a really good friendship first, and then you go from there. Yeah. He's like, you don't just rush into it, like move everything in. And so we take things, like, we have gone really slow as well. And I struggled with that at the start because it's always been rush.
Yeah.
So in my past, it's always been like, right, you've got to do this, and then you've got to rush into this, and you, do you know what I mean? And it's like, no, it's too much. Being around someone as well all the time is a lot. And I'm used to being on my own. Yeah. So at the start, that was a lot as well. Like, him being in my space a lot. I was like,
the change.
It's like, you need to just go over there a minute. He's like, why? Like, because it's my space and you're in my space. Like, when his daughter started going around and the girls started connecting, I was like, oh no, like what if they argue? And because girls can clash.
Yes.
And they do clash a little bit, but they're a lot better now than what they have been, but they do get on. And it's nice to see that as well. And Florence loves connecting with people, like she's obsessed with humans, like
no,
she just loves people and like playing, like she'll always ask where they are and what they're doing and stuff, so it is good. But yeah, it's the most healthiest relationship I've ever been in my life. I look back now and I think, why did I put up with any of that behaviour? Why? And you think it's normal though, you think it's so, and then I feel like it's true when they say you get like is it trauma bond with someone?
Yeah.
That's so true. Like when they're like, oh, you gotta be all for me, and then when they leave you, they want you to keep going after him because that's what they want.
Yeah.
That's what they want you to do. So you keep going, but it literally just drains you, makes you like not very well.
Yeah.
It can make you so poor.
It's like the abuse cycle.
Yeah.
And people will just keep going from one toxic relationship to
I think
another.
that's what I did because I kept thinking that was okay. Yeah. I kept going to them.
It's all you knew.
Yeah, that behaviour is what I knew best.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is normal, like this is what it's like, and
yeah.
So I like to be a bit like mentally abused a little bit, but then.
But once you've broke that cycle, which you clearly have.
Yeah, I remember when I met him, I thought, well, I'm not healed yet, and everyone was like, you don't have to heal, like, but you're in a really good part of your life where he's come in and he's shown you now, like you've worked really bloody hard to get where you are, and it's okay to feel how you feel, but it's okay to like let this person in. Because I went to Annette and I had a reading with Annette.
I love Annette.
Before I do.
Yeah.
Before I got in a relationship with him, she went, you've met someone, haven't you? And I was like, kind of. And she was like, I weren't really giving it away to her. And she was like, right, well, they're telling you can trust him. I was like, fuck. Because on the car on the way there, I was like, please tell me if I can trust this person. Please tell me, let me know I can trust this person. Like, open my guard up, let him into my space. Because I was very cut off from letting anyone in at that part. Because I'd done my healing. I was like, no, because I don't want to let anyone in now and take away all the work that I've done and give me negative energy again. So I was like in my head on the way there, please tell me I can trust him. And she sat down and she went, you can trust him. I was like, no, I've got to let him into my space.
Why
did you say that to me? And she was laughing her head off. She was like, she told me a load of stuff, but she was like, you can trust him. He's a good person. I was like, no, I know he's a good person. But it's still hard because you judge them as if they're not.
Yeah.
At the start, you're like, this is just the mask again. Yeah. It's going to slip off.
But then it's not fair on that person because
no, it's awful.
They kind of pay for past relationships.
Oh, yeah, it's awful. Like the things I've said and stuff to him, I always think, why are you with me? He's like, because you're the most beautiful human ever, Mick. Like, you'd do anything for anyone. I'm like, yeah, but I'm saying this to you. And he's like, yeah, but I know that's what you've been through. And he's so understanding because he's been through bad relationships. And he's like, right, well, I'm not used to the way you do this for me. Like, I think once he came home from work and I was like, I had his tea ready or whatever, and he was like, whoa, like, what's this? And I was like, your tea? And he was like, you made me tea? I was like, why are you shocked that I made you tea? You know, like, because I've not really had, like, do you know what I mean? I've come home to my partner and just cracked on with stuff that I needed to do and that, but, like, coming home to have, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, he's like, you'll do anything? I was like, I will. But it took me a while to get there, to be like, right, I can let you in now. But yeah, after that reading, and she told me, I was like, oh, I've got to let him in now, haven't I?
That reassurance.
It's like, yeah, you've got him. It's just like, you can trust him. I was like, I don't know. It was a big thing for a while where I was like, I don't think I can.
Yeah.
Fully commit. Like, I committed, was never speaking to anyone else or anything like that, but I was like, can I let him meet Florence and...
Can I open my life up to this person?
It was hard because no one's ever met Florence. So I was like, oh my God, when he meets her, then that's it then for me. Because I don't want to be just everyone in and out of her life. I want like a stable, like... Yeah. I mean, life isn't stable, is it? But a nice, like, homely life for her, like what I grew up with. Because like I said, my mum and dad are still together. Like, they've always had that. And I always thought that was the best way forward. Do you know what I mean? Like, but Florence actually came out of school the other day and she was like, why is everyone's mummy and daddy live together, but my mum and daddy don't live together? And I was like, oh God, I've got to have this conversation. Like, she's only young, but she's quite ahead.
Clued on.
She knows her stuff. So to sit there and be like, not everyone's parents are together, Florence, like, Grant's little girl, she lives with her mummy, she don't live with Grant. She was like, yeah, I know, but this person, this in my class has, and this, I was like, yeah, but not everyone has that.
Yeah.
Mum and dad at home. I said, you still see daddy, don't you? And she's like, yeah. So that's the main thing for it. You still have that connection with your dad. But it's so hard telling them.
Tough having them conversations.
It's like, for me, more like mentally, it makes me so sad because I think, oh, that's what I really wanted for her to, for it to all work out and be like dead happy family. But sometimes it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And I remember like sitting with my mum and I'm like proper sobbing and like having conversations with her, and she's like, it's gonna be better though, and it'll get better. And it's so much better now, and like my life's so much different and amazing. I'm so grateful for it, but then we still have struggles.
Yeah.
Like we're still, some days I wake up and I think I don't want to get out of bed today. But then I've got like a little voice in the background like, Mom,
yeah,
come on. I'm like, right, I've got to. Then you activate, then you've got to get going. But it's knowing that there's light at the end in the like in the really bad places where you've been and what you've done in your life, but you can get past it. Even if you've made mistakes, I've made mistakes and I've not been the best person to everyone. I want to do everything for everyone, but then when I was in my bad place, I was like, no, like I snap and have a go at people, like didn't need having a go at, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because I felt like it was too much and it was putting too much pressure on me as a mum as well, like it was just a lot to deal with. But it's just knowing that you can get through it. And there is light.
How do you feel about life now?
Good. Some days I'm like, oh, what's going to happen this week to me? But now I'm like, no. I'd never put myself in situations again where I don't want to be here. I think because I've learned so much about myself now and I've gone through the process. I still struggle with my body image and the way I look and the way I feel about myself. But that to me is another lesson. I feel like we go through lessons of,
yeah,
this is my next lesson. Like I've gone through my past relationships and stuff and like healed with them. This is another one that I need to go through. But I feel really good. I'm in the best place mentally that I have been in years. Like I'm medication free. And it's not a bad thing either being on medication, because that literally saved me as well.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't have that, I think it would have got a lot worse at that time.
Yeah.
Because I didn't understand how to process what was going on in my life. So yeah, it's not a bad thing if anyone needs to go on them, then go and do it for them. It's just not feeling guilty for what you want to do for yourself, I think. And but yeah, I feel good now. I'm excited for what's to come.
Yeah.
There's more's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. What advice would you give to people who have been through kind of bullying and the toxic relationships and the stuff that you've been through?
Not ignore it, but deal with it, but deal with it the right ways. Like, never be scared to like tell people what's happening, especially your parents. Like, I wish I spoke to my mum a bit earlier, but obviously I didn't want to like admit. I feel like you don't want to admit that it's happening. Do you know what I mean? You just get in and crack on with it. But I had a conversation with someone and their son was struggling at school, high school. And it kind of took me back and I got dead emotional, and I was just like, it makes me emotional that your son's going through that, because I went through it and I wouldn't want Florence to go through that. Obviously she probably will, because it's this day and age, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I feel like if everyone was more kind to each other, even at a younger age, it just makes you feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
So if someone says something negative about you, I feel like you should just take it, write it down, rip it up, spin it, but then write something really nice about yourself.
Replacing it, yeah. Replace the negativity.
Replacing what people say, because it's not always true. Like we say, these stories come in and they just take away your brain and stuff, so you'll start making more negative. But when you feed in more positive, it's such a better light in yourself. Like, if I speak positive about myself, I feel so much better for it. But it's just learning that, isn't it? But I would just say, if you're ever struggling, speak up. speak loud and proud, I say. And don't be scared to be open to anything or anyone. Because I've noticed now when I have a conversation with someone, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you've been through that. I'm like, because you can wear a really good mask.
Yeah, masking
I did that
is massive.
To my mum for years, and then when I told her, she was like, oh my God. Like, I've never seen my mum so heartbroken, but that's what I say. I wrote my mum a letter, and she read it. And I was just apologising to her, and she was like, I needed that.
Yeah.
But to this day, my mum struggles with how people don't know what's going on and how people can mask it. How did I not know that you felt that way? I'm like, because it's easy to just smile.
Yeah.
You can just sit here and smile and be like, I'm fine. Then anything could happen an hour after that. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I feel like really, and if someone is coming at you, I would maybe, if you can reach out to them, ask them if they're all right instead and be like, what's going on? Why have you got to come at me?
Yeah.
Like, is this something that you're dealing with? Try and be a bit more open. I know it's hard when someone's being not nice to you, but maybe giving them light will make them see, oh, what I'm doing here is a bit wrong.
Yeah.
Because people do it for the attention, don't they, sometimes?
Yeah, absolutely.
I need that satisfaction of you telling me, like, oh, I'm upsetting you. But no, you're not upsetting me. You're all right. Like, they don't like that. When it's reversed.
When it's reversed, yeah.
They don't like that. So I just obviously speak up and just don't suffer with it in silence.
Yeah, because I think the masking as well, it can really lose a part of who you are as a person, if not all of you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
definitely
remove the mask and be your
I
authentic
was like
self.
for years, like I was like I said, like a zombie. Like I don't remember. Like when I look back at pictures, I was like, I literally have no feelings there.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember anything about that moment. Like I knew I was unhappy, but I don't remember the emotions that came with it. And then like when I go through my healing journey, like when I go back to like when I started, when I had like my first Reiki session and stuff like that, like wow, so different person. And ever since I've started my journey, everyone's complimenting, like, wow, you look so different. Wow, you're smiling, you've done this, you've done that, you've gone here and you've done that, because I'd never go out of my own way to, do you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't go far away from home, but now I'm like hardly ever home. So I just take myself out, like hiking's the best, walking, seeing the views, like driving up here was stunning. Yeah. I was like, no, I want to live down here. I was like, I want to live where I can see like a beautiful view. Like even just seeing green, it's like such
nature. It's
nature,
comforting, isn't it?
Grounding. Like go outside and walk with your shoes off, and some people call me weird, and I'm like, I love being weird.
Yeah.
I've suppressed it for so long. It's about time that I like let it.
Weird's a good one, because I used to get called weird and I used to take it very. Now I'm like, it's a compliment. Like I absolutely love it. I'll be as weird as you want me to be.
Yeah. At the start of when I did suppress it a little bit because I thought I was going to think I'm weird and not want to like be around me, or it might change his mind at the way he feels about me. And he was the first one to buy me a crystal and
love that.
Buy me cards, or he'll point stuff out to me and he'll be like, oh, look at that. And now he does angel numbers. It's like, look, 1111. Yeah. Or he'll say, do you know what I mean? He'll go out this way. He knows I love a good view. He'll send me a picture when he's working of a dead nice view. And I think that's when they start taking on everything that you love, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
When they're picking on things that you do, then no, it's just not. That's not your person.
No.
Your person will adore you for
who you are.
For who you are. But it's the little things of like, oh, look at this angel number, and I think, wow. When we're driving the reg plates and stuff, they'll notice it and like point it out to me.
Yeah.
That's when they know that they are genuinely the one for you, I think.
Absolutely.
They just start taking on what, and they don't think you're weird. And he's like, I can see how much it's helped you in your life. Let's do it.
Yeah.
He's like, I won't do a sound bath, but I'll drop you off. I love that. That's fine. Because then I think I won't be that comfortable on a mat next to him.
Yeah. That's your time.
Yeah. And it's good that they can separate that for you. Like, oh, come on, we'll do this. And we'll go on a hike, or we'll do this. Do you know what I mean? He'll go out of his way.
Yeah.
I feel like if someone really cares about you, they'll do anything for you. You don't have to just be the giver. So I was a giver and giver and giver. And I thought that they actually liked me back, but it was never. I look back now and think, oh my God, like, I must have had like goggles on or something, like where I just couldn't see, like. But then when I go through it now and like I think the way people spoke to me and stuff, I think, why did I think that was all right? or sit with it for so long. But I think then when I got with Florence's dad, that's when my boundaries stepped up for me personally and were like, no, this is too much. Like you say, my daughter gave me that strength to be like, no.
Yeah.
Like, you can't treat me like this. Like, no, because it's not good for me, and then it's just going to go back on her, do you know what I mean? So I was like, it's seeing the signs, especially love bombing is the biggest one, I think.
Yeah.
At the start, like, oh, I think the world of you. Like, I could love you one day. I'm like, that's a word they're planting in your head, and you're like,
yeah, love bombing's massive.
And you think it's too much, but then you could crave it more because it's that justification in it that you want that.
Love bombing's massive. Mix it with vulnerability, it's even bigger.
Oh, can you do this? Can you do that? It's never the other way around. My biggest shock was like, just like taking me on a day out or paying for food. I'm like, no. I'm like, I've got to pay my half. I'm like, no. If I want to pay, I'm going to pay. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what's this? Like, I'm not used to this. But I still do everything in half because I believe, like, it's only fair.
It's a team.
Yeah. So we are a team now, but certain things I'm like, if I took me to the lakes and like give me my promise ring, I was like, oh my God, like, it's just
the little things.
The little things in life you never thought you'd get, but you literally do get. You will get your happy ending. Like, I thought I was going to be on my own forever after Flo's. I was on my own for like 5 years. I thought, this is it. I'm going to be single forever. But then I was searching for myself then. So on that journey of like self-love, and you don't even think about a relationship. You honestly cannot think about anything worse than committing to someone when you're trying to find who you are as a person.
Yourself, yeah.
So going through that self-love and like learning what to do for yourself and putting the effort into yourself, and even if you get up and just brush your hair.
Yeah.
Self-loving it, like getting up and just doing something for yourself and starting your day off right. I struggle with that still sometimes. I just think I don't want to make an effort today, and that's okay. But then it will obviously drain on you a bit more. So you just need to. I just go to my sage when I'm bad. I'm like, cards, sage. Right, okay, start again now. But yeah, I just want to help the world, and if me sitting here and speaking to you is going to help someone, then I'll do it.
Well, you've been absolutely amazing. Thank you
so much. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for coming on our first video. And yeah, you're beautiful, you're amazing, and don't let anyone tell you any different.
No, but thank you. So are you.